Hello, I'm John Ryan from the Men's Health Forum, and these are our Toolbox Talks.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Mystical. Calling all cardinal for the Prince of the South. Feel like Yabba Dabba Doosh. I just got out. Still rapping, slapping kittens and grabbing my crotch. I'm the artist, the golf artist, the hard as a rock. You gon' mess around and make me knock it.
Okay, lots of laughter around the room. Jesus! Apparently you get a good night's sleep on a boat, and sleep is really important for well-being. Does anyone here going to be honest and say they don't get a good night's sleep?
Yeah.
Why? Why don't you get a good night's sleep? What happens?
I wake up.
Good answer. Ladies and gentlemen, that deserves a round of applause, right? In comedic terms, right? In comedic terms, we call that having your arse handed to you in a plate. What wakes you up? Stress, worry, light, noise?
I don't know, I always wake up about 3 in the morning.
I live with her, it's what it's like. It's like having a predictive text on your phone, do you know what I mean? It just says what you think you wanted to say. It's like the Big Brother human embodiment of predictive text. Go, I'm going to the shop? No, toilet. But here's the thing, it's really, sleep is so important. If you don't sleep right, you don't function right. My friend here, you don't sleep well?
Only when little Harry used to wakes up.
Little Harry, is that what you call him? We were going to say that sort of stuff for the second half, but let's do it now. I was going to say, let's get it out now, but we don't really want to see little Harry. So you've got a 2-year-old that wakes up.
Occasionally, yeah.
Right, have you tried gaffer tape? Sorry, middle class people going, that's terrible. Working class people going, that's a cracking idea that, John. That will save me a fortune on Benelin. It's really difficult. You've got to get a good night's sleep. And how can you get a good night's sleep? You've got 2 big problems in London, right? One is the noise inside the house, and 2 is the noise outside the house. Think about it. Every time you try and go to sleep, all you will hear anywhere in London is this sound. We don't even know what it is anymore. We've ignored it. It's burglar alarms, isn't it? That is the sound of London, the sound of a burglar alarm. What do you do when you hear a burglar alarm? You ignore it, you try and go back to sleep, didn't you? Because you're a man, you just go, just ignore it. She's like, oh, it's a burglar alarm, could be breaking. Just ignore it, I'll go back to sleep. No, but I'm awake now. Yeah, well, I'm not, I'm going back to sleep. Why don't you go and see what it is? Well, who cares? It's a burglar alarm, isn't it? They should make burglar alarms sound like something that you can't ignore. They should make a burglar alarm sound like a couple arguing about sex outside your house. 3 o'clock in the morning, if you hear, you roll over and go to sleep. But at 3 o'clock in the morning, if you heard, you're in sleeping with my sister, you go straight to the window. Right. There's no arguing out there, but there's someone breaking in at number 47. It's really difficult to get a good night's sleep, and it's so important to get a good night's sleep. My favourite one is the sound, my protective sound keeps her awake. My protective sound. All men make this sound to protect our women and children, don't we? I can't sleep, you're snoring. I'm protecting you. If there's a burglar near our house and he hears, he's going to think there's a bear in here. Historically, we lived in caves. When we lived in caves, you could get eaten by a saber-toothed tiger if everyone was asleep. So some men developed genetically the ability to scare saber-toothed tigers. That's your sound right there. And in case there are deaf saber-toothed tigers, we also develop very smelly feet. Because if the tiger can't hear you, he'll smell you. There are different things you can do to get a good night's sleep. Obviously, one is having a clear conscience, like I have. And the second way to get a good night's sleep is to be a man, because we go to sleep, we're asleep. Women, unfortunately, this may be sexist and misogynistic, but I believe it to be true, can't sleep. You're just not designed to sleep because you can't focus. You spend all day doing 10 things at the same time. because you can't focus. It's called multitasking. It's not. It's called lack of focus. Do one thing properly. Then what happens? You go to bed. All you got to do is go to sleep. Say one thing. I can't do it. There's so much going on. So much going on. So much going on. So much going on. I'm going to ask you 3 questions, right? What happened? You can confer on this. What happened at Chernobyl? What happened at Chernobyl? Do you know?
Yeah, it was a
Nuclear.
waste.
Yeah. Accident. Brilliant. Okay. Fukushima. What happened at Fukushima? Ooh. Nuclear accident, right? Okay. The Space Shuttle Columbia. What happened? Ooh. Anyone? It was an accident. See? This makes you a suspect, mate, by the way. All 3 of these tragic incidents happened on a night shift. All 3 were staffed and managed by men. So when is a woman most alert and alive? 3 o'clock in the morning. Do you see? You lot should be working night shifts. Genius. It's fitting the person to the job. If you want to get a good night's sleep, good way of getting a good night's sleep, sex. Have a good session before you go to sleep, preferably with a partner. If not, with yourself, or have hot milk. Hot milk or with yourself, either way, you're going to make a mess in the kitchen, but don't shoot the messenger. It's all about a good night's sleep. So, we are now ready to bring on Stuart Calder. Are we ready to meet Stu? Again, Stu has not done a comedy gig for 14 years, okay? But he couldn't eat cream crackers. So, there is a theme to the act.
Hello, I'm John Ryan from the Men's Health Forum. We've got a group of guys together for a bit of a chat down our local pub. These are our toolbox talks.
For the prince of the south, kill like yabba dabba doosh. I just got out, still better slapping kittens and grabbing my cash. I'm the hardest to go, hardest, the hard as a rock. You gon' mess around and make me knock your fruit juice loose.
But now you want a good night's sleep. Should we get a good night's sleep?
Not really when I'm working. I seem to just sleep a little throughout the week and then catch up on the weekend.
How does it affect you?
It affects me a lot, to be honest. I'm slower in the morning, I'm a bit more stressed, a bit more angry, frustrated. And just, yeah, a bit more like I can't be arsed and anything, to be honest. So I always try to get more sleep, but it is hard to with work.
Let yourself.
Yeah, I mean, sleep for me is really important. Like plan for at least 8 hours sleep a night.
How'd you plan for 8 hours sleep?
Well, to make sure that all of my work is done before a certain time that I need to get up in the morning, and if it isn't done, well, I'm getting my 8 hours.
You've got like an app or something like that?
No, I just set a timer on my phone. It's nothing too amazing. I can sleep for 12 hours easily.
Does that make you feel tired or groggy?
No, it makes me feel really refreshed. Yeah.
Let yourself sleep.
Probably go around 6 or 7 hours. I think if I start to sleep more, I start to feel more groggy, a bit more tired. So I prefer to sleep a little bit less and a little bit more. Where I work late nights as well, I end up going to bed quite late. And then
So what happens to you if you don't get a good night's sleep?
If I don't get a good night's sleep, then I've noticed myself get a bit more agitated, so I lose a bit more patience, I kind of get a bit more touchy when people kind of talk to me kind of thing. I can't handle most situations kind of thing, so I just can't do basic fundamentals kind of thing.
So we've talked to the guys, we've done a bit of comedy. Now it's time to meet Jim Pollard, editor of the Men's Health Forum, who's a writer and journalist. Tell us about the importance of sleep.
Well, sleep is very important. I think there's evidence that people aren't getting enough sleep at the moment, and we're quite macho about sleep. You know, I can get by on half an hour, but in fact you can't, and you will build up a sleep deficit, and you need to, get the right amount of sleep. So you should be looking at about 8 hours, ideally.
Can't you just catch up with your sleep at the weekend?
It doesn't quite work like that.
So what kind of things should we avoid in the bedroom?
Well, it's best to avoid all screens in the bedroom. In fact, so that's TV, smartphones, all that sort of thing. But in fact, you should probably avoid all stimulants except one. Sex is okay in the bedroom. You should really use your bedroom for sex and sleeping.
Okay.
In that order.
What about the kitchen?
Should you sleep in the kitchen?
Should you have sex in the kitchen?
Well, you can have sex in the kitchen, but then you've got to go upstairs to bed, see.
Sleep afterwards.
And sleep afterwards, yeah. And washing up might not get done.
Yeah, so tell us your top tip about sleep.
I think the most important thing is to be prepared for sleep, not to spend a bit of time winding down before you actually go and get into bed, or winding down in bed, not by watching the telly or playing with your iPad, but by reading or listening to some music. So it's just kind of being prepared for sleep, I think. Winding down, that would be my top tip. No stimulants before bed except sex, so that's no coffee, no alcohol. Sex is fine though, because that does help you sleep. If you're still not getting to sleep, relaxation exercises, yoga, those things can be good. If you find that you're the sort of guy who's kind of worrying about what it is you're going to do the next morning, you could write your to-do list for the next day before you go to bed, and then kind of gets it out of your head and you can move on with the day tomorrow. Light reading before bed, maybe a bit of the radio, those sorts of things are good. But it's kind of TV is the thing
Just
that's best
get your
avoided.
bedroom into a safe
Bedroom
space.
should be for sleeping in, not for and for having sex in. I think we've established that sex is fine, but apart from that,
Nothing else.
nothing else really.
So if she says, "Do you want a cup of tea?" You'll say, "Can we have sex instead?"
Well,
And she'll say, "1 lump or 2."